Stephanie, thanks so much for having us.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for coming on in.
All right, so tell us about the block.
The block is a labor of love. My family, we started it about 6 years ago. We wanted to bring a casual experience to Midtown, unpretentious, the cheers of Detroit. Yeah.
So have you achieved that? Is there cheering, like when people walk in, you got regulars?
Of course, yes, absolutely. Our bartenders know you by name. Everyone's comfortable when you come on in here. You can come in and get one of the best happy hours in the city. You can come in here, relax, take it easy, and then head out for the night.
When you say labor of love and really a family business, what is it like working with family? And is there competing visions? And when you finally got to this point, with the block, do you say, all right, this is what it was all supposed to be?
Yes, absolutely. I work mostly with my sister, my father, and my cousin. So it can be a pull and push, but we work really well together. And yes, we finally got the block to right where I want it to be, which is this casual, relaxed, loving environment where anyone can come in. But working with family is a challenge, but I'm glad. I once lived in DC, so I'm glad I came back to be with family and start the block.
So when you look around Midtown, and especially the dining scene, which has changed rapidly in the last 6 to 8 years, how would you describe how the block fits into that?
Well, I like to think the block as a staple. This is where you can come and get anything. You can come and get a burger, you can come and get a beer. Our landscape, for the most part, hasn't changed much. So we'd like for people to go out and experience the new restaurants in Midtown, but you can always come back to the block if you want a burger, a beer, a drink, something casual. So we'd like to think that we'll always be here. But I love exploring the new landscape in Midtown. It's fun right now to be in restaurants.
I was just going to say, it's got to be fun, but it's also got to be pretty competitive as well.
It is, but we have the right staff, and we have, I think, something a little different than what everyone else has, which is a relaxed environment. In Midtown, there are a few upscale casual restaurants, and we pride ourselves on being truly casual. Come in your sweats, come before you head to the DSO for the show. We welcome everyone, so we're a little different.
And so when it comes to decision making, when you say you're working with family, what would you say would be the best perk of doing a family-run business?
That you always have someone to vent with. I'll say that the business can be a challenge, so it's always good that I have someone that I can connect with, laugh with, and share my experiences with on a daily basis. So that's the best part. Well, you didn't ask about the worst part. So.
Well, I didn't ask about the worst part, but now it made me really curious to wonder what the challenge. I'm not going to say worst part. What the challenge is.
I'll say it's the same. Actually, the best part and the challenge is that there's someone there who always probably knows what you're thinking, and is probably willing to help at times, and then also willing to challenge you at times. Sometimes you don't always want to be challenged, but yeah, being challenged by my family and my decisions sometimes, that's just par for the course.
Well, I think sometimes it makes us a little bit better when we're working with their family. They can push you in a different way that maybe working with other employees doesn't.
Yes.
You said you were in DC.
I was.
And you came back to Detroit. What kind of change have you seen in this city?
Oh, there's been so much change. I've been back for about 6 years, and I'll say Midtown is almost unrecognizable. When I walk out onto Woodward, there is the queue line, there's restaurants, there's a coffee shop. It reminds me of cities like DC, where there are multiple neighborhoods that you can go to, you feel comfortable in, and you can have a different experience in various areas around the city. So Detroit is on the right path.
There's been some push-pull about, is Midtown and Downtown a comfortable place for everyone? Because there has been so much change, and because there has been so much new, and people coming into the spaces and saying, oh, I've never experienced this before, this is a great new place. What's the balance of having a place like the block and making sure it feels authentic to the neighborhood that it's in, and it's keeping with the values that Detroit has always had? It's not this new place, it's a place that has existed but is changing.
For us at the block, it's important for us to make sure we have an open door policy. So everyone is welcome here. No matter what your background is, everyone is welcome at the block. And that may not be the case for other places. other new places in Midtown, but everyone's welcome here, and we like to think that that's what makes us a little different than some other spots.
Do you think it is, and you mentioned the staff here, what else could you put your finger on that you think that is a welcoming part of having a business like this in Midtown and making it feel welcome to everyone?
Oh, very good question. Well, other than my staff, I would probably say our offerings, our food, the fact that our food and our drinks are approachable. Nothing anyone has to struggle to understand or something
super
new.
tiny on the plate that you're not sure how much you're actually getting.
Our food is great. It's fantastic, but it's not super gourmet. It's approachable, and I think that contributes to our welcoming environment here.
What about, this isn't the only business that your family owns in Detroit. Tell me about it.
Sure. Well, about 30 years ago, my dad and my mom started Flood's Bar and Grill, which is one of the oldest black bars in the city. It's right across from Greektown Casino. So I grew up in the business. So this isn't new to me, although I left to go to DC for school. But I came back because I was called back. This is in my blood. So
did people say to you, why are you going back? Why Detroit?
Of course. I said that, actually. I've said that many times. I didn't expect that I would be back here, but I'm so glad I came back here because Detroit is authentic. It's family, it's love. And Detroit has the soul of a city that you can't find anywhere else. You know, and they're 6 degrees of separation here.
Right.
So everyone knows everyone here, and it's something I missed in DC.
What would you say to other black business owners in this area who are starting either businesses? Have people come to you saying, gosh, Stephanie, can you give me some advice on how to do this? And how important is that kind of networking in the community?
It's so important. I try to help out. My whole family, we all try to help other businesses, black businesses specifically, whenever we can. So when someone comes and asks for advice, I am more than willing to help wherever I can. And specifically, I think sometimes in the black community, we don't have the resources, not financial resources, but just the connections. For instance, when I started this business, luckily I had the connections. I know about the dishwashers, the cooks, they're elements that I know about. And so whenever I can pass those resources and contacts on to help someone else with a business, I think that's helpful.
Do you think that there are new doors opening around the city for capital, though, for black businesses?
I don't. Not as much as there should be. I think a lot of businesses in Midtown and Downtown, black businesses, we get a lot of shine, which I'm grateful for because we're in Midtown. We're in an area that people talk about.
You're in a great location on Woodward.
Yes, we are. However, there's so many businesses in the neighborhoods that don't get a lot of attention and love. I think those are the businesses that need the most capital, and I think they struggle to find that.
You've made intentional investment. Your family has as well, and you have in coming back here in Detroit and saying, no, this is where I want to be. This is home, and this is where I need to be. When you look at the city where we are now in 2020, give me an idea of what you project for the city in the next 5 years.
Oh, I'd like for Detroit to look a little more like maybe a larger city, DC, for example. Well, I think there's so much that we haven't tapped into in terms of the neighborhoods. We're just now developing downtown, Midtown, the Avenue of Fashion, but the neighborhoods, Detroit is so massive that the neighborhoods need so much attention, love. There's so many businesses. This is where most of the people live, in the neighborhoods. And I'd like for us to focus more on rebuilding the neighborhoods and commerce in the neighborhoods.
Maybe a next business venture for you?
It's possible. Never say never.
Okay. All right, so I'm coming here for lunch. What do I have to have? What's your favorite dish?
You have to have the short rib fries.
Wait, what?
Short rib fries, I know. They're poutine style fries with gravy, short rib cheese. Guilty pleasure.
Oh my God,
You'll love it.
Sounds good. All right, what else?
Let's see, what else? Well, we have one of the best happy hours in town, so you can come down and get $3 wine, $1 beer.
I saw you were sampling mimosas
Yes,
over there.
for our
Is that-
Sunday brunch.
That's a terrible job that you have.
I know. It's the best part of my job, honestly. But yes, we have Sunday brunch and we have a DJ. So I was just tasting some mimosas, which we have 3 types of mimosas that we sell on Sunday.
Okay, give me a couple of other dishes that you love here that people really gravitate towards.
Okay, they love the Woodward wings, which we are known for our wings because they are roasted and not fried, so they're pretty tasty. And the salmon BLT. I feel like we're known around the city for this salmon BLT.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for having us
Thank
here.
you so much.
And all of our staff here as well too. We really
Yes, thank
appreciate
you,
the
guys.
hospitality. We'll be back.
Yes.
All right, thanks, Stephanie.
Thanks.